far? Obviously, it's been only one day, but just seeing some of the growth and how they've gotten bigger, et cetera.
Yeah, I think, obviously I always use the same line. I always reserve judgment until I go watch the tape. But just being out here, I thought there was good enthusiasm. I thought there was good communication. Those sorts of things that you hope as you enter another year that you continue to get better. And so we'll get a chance. We've got a lot of guys to look at today. We'll get a chance to go watch it on tape now as a staff and check it out with the players. So put that practice to bed and then come out here tomorrow and just try to get better.
We saw Denzel back in the middle, and he moved him back inside with Kirby outside.
He did a little bit of it last year. He's done it. He's never stopped being in there. He's been there on a third down package or a nickel and that kind of stuff. We had him in there. So as they get older, I try to at least have those guys when they get in their junior and senior year have no two positions. The younger guys should try to limit it to one position. But as they get older, those are the guys that are flexible because if you get an injury, there's no waiver wire. Somebody's got to move over, and you got to get your best guys move there. So that, especially now. So I like them there. I think we'll see how it works out. Again, we're always going to try to get the best combination of three.
So it's unclear in your mind where he'll be.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be there. We know he's going to be there, but we're just trying to work out the combinations and see who has to go where, and have some guys, have Kirby play inside and out. That way, we have some flexibility that we don't necessarily get stuck if something does happen at some point where we have to just put the next guy in, but maybe he's not the next best guy. And that's why we're doing what we do right now, until we can figure out what these new guys can do.
Sure.
I know a big emphasis at the start here was strength and conditioning.
Yes.
How do you think that has evolved, particularly in these few months since the end of the bowl season and now? How is that part going?
Today, I thought we were in pretty good condition, and our focus in this phase from the end of the season until spring ball is more weight room and more strength. We're willing to give up the cardio to get bigger and stronger a little bit. We're not, so we're not running all the pounds off those guys. We want them to gain weight and strength, and making sure we're doing enough. But we did enough football stuff. We did enough change of direction in the off-season program, enough quick movement and bursts so that when you come out here, you don't suffer any holes and those sorts of things. But as far as just straight conditioning, that phase will happen after spring ball. It's really the summer period where you're talking about running and conditioning and doing all that. They'll play themselves into football shape right now, but looks like we've done enough in that area. Looking out there today, I thought they did well.
I was going to say, were there some guys who stuck out to you as far as how they've evolved physically?
Again, I'm kind of looking at the big picture. I'm back there looking at every call, making sure we're lined up, making sure we're getting the adjustments. So I wasn't, really studying. I got around a lot, just trying to watch what's going on. So I always like to look at the new guys, so somebody who maybe has had a good off season, and you're seeing how they evolve, and just seeing how you can continue to make the team better. So I'll watch the tape, and I'll have a better feel of who flashed and who showed up.
At linebacker, is it fair to say Alex Figueroa's development is going to be sort of key to that unit really being a great unit this year?
Yeah, I mean, we got Alex and we got Thurston, that have played the same position and played a lot. So it's good to have those guys back. Thurston has some versatility that he can play the strong side or weak side. He's done that for us over a 2-year period. So I'm happy with that. Darian Owens is a guy who's out here today. I thought he looked good out here. Just he flashed. He was a young guy that flashed. He's gonna have to learn the defense and do all that stuff. But just athletically, he's 6'3", he's 232 pounds. He's a former safety, so he can play in space. He can blitz. So he's got some competition going there, and as that develops, can help us figure out the pieces in the other positions.
And I missed this. I got here a little late, but Denzel, I guess he's middle and outside right now.
That's what I talked about. I just said that that's okay. The juniors and the seniors, we try to give those guys multiple positions because you never know what's going to happen. So we're just trying to figure it out right now. As a staff, we're just trying to figure out who the best three are, and then who the best three are behind them. So we'll ask a guy like Kirby, and we'll ask a guy like Denzel, we'll ask a guy like Thurston, juniors and seniors, to know multiple spots, because if you get in a jam or you get an injury, you want to be able to have your best three out there and not get stuck where you have to put the next guy back there just because he's been training there. So we always do that because, again, like I said earlier, we don't have a waiver wire. We can't go ahead and get somebody when somebody has an injury that plays that position. We have to make do with who's on the team.
Coach, now that you have some veteran guys, Denzel, Chick, and guys back, have the expectations from your level as far as their process and what they do, is that get raised?
Yeah, the expectation for them is that they continue to execute their jobs at a high level, and that they become the leaders. They become the ones who set the standard, and they take care of it in the locker room. They take care of it on the field when it's not up to the standard. So yes, the expectations for them to execute at a high level, and then on top of that, just to lead the unit, make sure that the unit is doing that as well. Yeah.
It looked like I saw Dion made a nice interception. He looks real athletic and pretty happy to be out there.
And Pappy, he's healthy. He looks healthy. Obviously he went into last season, this training camp. It was a while before he was healthy. So when I say healthy, I mean 100%. He was healthy enough, obviously, to be out there, but he had missed a good bit of time with his injury. So I think he's made a really strong commitment this offseason to strength and conditioning, getting all those little injuries that he's had over the past couple of years, getting those things rehabbed and getting strong. So you can see his ability come out.
What's a guy like Larry Hope showing?
He just had a really good offseason. So he's worked really hard, and he earned that phase. The offseason program, he earned that phase to this point of being a guy that's decided that he's going to really work hard. Now he's got to take the next phase. We talked about him today, take it to the field and obviously execute the defense and execute his job on a play-to-play basis. Have a short-term memory. You can't worry. The plays are going to happen out there that you're not going to be happy about, but just keep your mind right and get back to fighting the next play. So those are the things we talked about with Larry, but we're happy where he's at right now and looking forward to seeing some real growth in the spring.
Yeah, just going to ask him a quick thing.